Afternoon footy returns to Hamilton. It is the Chiefs taking on the Reds. And what a rivalry this has become in Super Rugby, especially over recent seasons where the Reds have shut out the Chiefs in their last 3 battles. 2 of those were right here at Waikato Stadium. Both teams coming off the bye. And we'll have a look at the Reds first. Greg Holmes, Hansen and Slipper are your front row combination, and they're operating well, as are Simmons and the captain Horwell in the second row. Ed Quirk, Jake Schatz and Liam Gill, a wonderful loose forward combination. Guinea and Cooper in the halves, we know what they are capable of. Tapua'i and Whainga in the centres. Tapua'i's been full of running this year. Rod Davies back into the starting lineup. John O'Lance and Dom Shipley, 15 and 14 respectively. And and Daly are the front row replacements for the Reds this afternoon. O'Donoghue, this impressive young man, and Butler will cover lock and loose forward. Ben Lucas, Fiawe, Saltia and Toa are the replacements for the back division.
Toby Smith in form, Picker Elliott and Benny Tamiafuna make up a solid front row. These two will always give you 100%. Fast, dynamic, loose forward trio. Captain Messam will be at number 8. And a milestone today, isn't it? Aaron Cruden playing his 50th Super Rugby game. Bundyaki and forms an exciting midfield with Richie Kahui. And Tim Nanai-Williams returns from injury on the right wing for the Chiefs. And the reserves, Reece Marshall and Kainga will provide youthful energy up front. Croswell and Lee will cover the loosies, and out wide experience in Andrew Horrell and Brendan Leonard.
Cooper gets us underway. Straight down the middle of the park from him. And a big tackle to get us launched into this afternoon Super Rugby game. The Chiefs hosting the Reds. Tamiafuna at halfback, and ANSCOMBE will clear the touch. And we'll settle things down with the line-out.
It's a perfect start, isn't it, for the Reds? A lovely high kick, good chase, as we spoke about just prior to the start of the game. And well cleared from the Chiefs, but a perfect start from the Reds.
Quick line-out taken. Guinea gets it away, and Cooper shovels it on. Tapua'i takes his first hit up of the day. And that one too hard to handle for Slipper. Picked up, carried on. Toby Smith getting himself involved. Then he turns the ball over. Advantage must have been played. Horwell skips out of one. And Horwell will be taken down short of the line. He keeps driving. James Horwell. Steve Walsh goes down for a press-up. Comes unwon award.
Well called, Scotty, but that just opened up, didn't it? They're talking about the turnover. Kahui's trying to mention, I think, to Walsh around that turnover. Was it illegally taken out? But James Horwell, the seas parted. Here he is, just holding back again the power, and then the support coming in from Whainga. Too high, Chiefs. Very lucky.
Nearly chance now to attack. We saw how well the scrum operated against the Highlanders. This time they get the free kick, and Guinea on with the job away to Cooper. And holds up the pass. Now the offload back for Gill. And Gill also trying to get his leg drive working. Picked up, driven on. That stopped short here. 3 out from the Chiefs line. And it's the home side under all sorts. Gill picks up again. Right on the chalk stripe, they'll set play. Forwards. Operating with some real industry at this breakdown as they try to free that ball. All stuck in there. Steve Walsh must lose patience soon. Kenya now sizing up his options. He'll find Cooper. Cooper round the back. Numbers wide. It's a 2-on-1. The pass is rough. That's how you blow a try.
Well, there he is. That's Rod Davies.
Advantage over now. This game has started off at a cracking pace, and Cruden and Tikoto Turma wrap up Quade Cooper. Still manages to set the ball, Cooper. Kenya, short side. Taken up by Hansen. Over the 10-metre line, the Chiefs can't get their hands on the ball to start this game. Davies breaks through 2. 10 short, Rod Davies. Attempted pilfer. Now the ball's in the air through Schatz. And Cooper drops cold. Steve Walsh will come back.
Well, it's the start of Super Rugby
just before
on Saturday.
This last breakdown, where the 7 black took somebody out off the ball, please. We'll bring up the footage for you now, Steve.
Here was the run by Hansen up over the 10-metre line. Steve Walsh wanted to see Sam Cane, who's well out of shot at the moment. And here it is.
After this break, Ben.
Davies' run. And there's Cane there, who got tangled up with Anthony Fainga. Fainga didn't seem to protest too much at the time, which seems a sure sign.
Come over here.
Scrum Chiefs ball. He's let it go. Right decision. Let's move on.
Out and out foot trip, but interesting though, Matt Cooper, 2 busts around the ruck area by the Reds, Hall and Davis, and it's just scraggy defence by the fringe defenders of the Chiefs. Both went too high, both got brushed off.
Well, just the execution of that last pass, isn't it? And that'll, Ewan McKenzie, the finishing off, that'll be so crucial for them early in the game here in Hamilton.
Well, McKenzie comes into this game 13-4 against New Zealand teams since taking the job at the Reds. That is an impressive record in Super Rugby. And he knows this Chiefs team and how they play. Great analyst of the game. Pulu. The Chiefs scrum, twisting, turning. Finally picked up by Messam at the back, who got Guinea around the ankles like a pesky barnacle. Cruden took on the line. Ball goes through the hands. Kahui, the recipient. Inside ball from Kahui to Tamnanai Williams. And Williams shut down. Good tackle in the end by Davies. Move black! Reds look to turn this over. Simmons in there, as well as bent up away. And they find Guinea, and the Reds this time get themselves out of jail. Kahui will look for the quick throw and decide against it.
Well, Carmo, it all starts from a running 5'8", doesn't it? And here's the ball from Tamiafuna, but see how he attacks the line? And that's the good part about Cruden ahead of a lot of other 5'8", and the straight running lines of the big centre. And that's good Chiefs rugby, and well diffused in the end by Shipperley.
Pulu took it to the line. And another wayward pass. We've seen a couple in the game so far. Cruden! Shut it down. Davies and a canter gets the first try of the game.
Oh, he was hanging around, wasn't he? And probably deserved it too after the initial onslaught from the Reds early in the game. And Rod Davies, unstructured play there. And we'll just see the Chiefs behind. There's Aaron Cruden. He threw the final pass. That happens in rugby. You move on. But a good start for the Reds, Carmo.
Yeah, but you talk about intent, Matt Cooper, just moments ago with Aaron Cruden running the ball in 2 hands, taken to the line. Exactly the same intent here with the attacking mindset. OK, the pass went to the wrong man. For the Chiefs supporters, Rod Davies strolling in underneath the sticks. But we can't have it both ways.
And probably looking at too, well read by Davies. I mean, he's just come from broken play. He read it well. There were 2 men outside him on the Chiefs side, so if they got away, it could have happened the other end. But that's a good start for the Reds.
Yep, formality here for Quade Cooper, right under the sticks, kicking at 77%, and that's over, Scotty. But you got to go back, Matt Cooper. Why were they down in this position? They were down in that position because the Reds had better numbers to the breakout from the Chiefs. Turned the ball over, won the line out and penalty, and hence they're in the better field position.
Big mistake from Aaron Cruden. That's the last bloke you want to throw the ball to. Rod Davies can run. It was all very subdued in the end. Reds not getting too excited about the opening try of the game. Chiefs missing 1 in 3 tackles to start this match. Short restart, taken in by Horwell. Guinea now controlling the short side as he does so well. Shipperley manages to stay in field. Guinea this time works it across to Holmes. On the Reds 10 line, Cooper now takes it to the line and he drops the ball in contact, so we'll break for a scrum.
Good defence. Both sides take the ball very flat, and there'll be mistakes this afternoon. That's the way they play their rugby, and that's the way they create opportunities. But here is a good opportunity for the home side. The Reds like coming to Hamilton. I can understand why. The last 3 games they've won here. And a good start from them.
Let's don't forget all the attractions that Hamilton offers them too in the days leading up to the game.
I was going to lead into that, haven't got enough time.
Matty? Wonderful river.
We've got the Geelong Tea Gardens. They're out here somewhere. Tarapa Strait. All the fast food you could ever want. And we'll break.
So they've got Kahui, Scotty, out on the right-hand side with Nanai Williams, the excitement machine, way out on the right wing. And they've brought Gareth Anscombe just in behind Aaron Cruden. You can see Gareth Anscombe, the fullback. There's Kahui and Nanai Williams out the right there. If they can get a good scrum, that's Benny Tamifuna, the big tight head. It's his role to try and create a straight-running Kahui.
Kahui's come back into this lineup in straight beast mode, really. He has been high impact in the last couple of games for the Chiefs. Having Nanai Williams outside him. Nanai Williams, Chiefs' biggest ball runner this season. Messam out of the boot to Pulu. Change direction. It's the most confusing backline play since the goings. Messam picks up again. Bundyaki. Reds rush up. And they're putting them down on the ground here. Fitzgerald. Kane got us all flow to Messam. He's cut down on the tackle of Fainga. Pulu again, quickly. Away to Hickarelli. What a week it's been for Hicker. Too short of the 22 as the Chiefs go through the phases here, and Gill's got over the top. Cooper. Freedom to run and a wide ball. Shipley somehow holds on, but he can't avoid touch. And then Kahui absolutely smashed Fainga.
Well, the end wasn't what the Reds were looking for, but John O'Lance, the Reds fullback, take a bow. He was responsible for the turnover. And that was outstanding play from John O'Lance.
That's the third turnover in the match so far, 10 minutes old for the Reds, and they're just doing it by better numbers.
Big line out, taken down by Retallick. Wide ball, first receiver is Kahui. Steps out of one. They stay right. Again, numbers in the back line. What a ball, Cruden. Chance out wide for Nanai Williams. He gets the ball inside and it's over. Dropped in the in goal. Steve Welsh has blown it up.
Knock on.
Well, they're not an easy team to break, the Reds, but the Chiefs did that quite nicely with good straight angles. Got the behind the ball there to Cruden. Quick hands from Cruden. Davies was caught out of position.
Be careful on that last.
Could have let that one go a little bit earlier, I thought, Carmo, and let Williams have a real go at the line, but they almost got there.
Yeah, drawn pass was a simple key there. Anscombe maybe step off the right, create a bit more of a space down that right-hand flank, but it wasn't to be. And Hall, we've already seen his gas, haven't we? Running for the try line, got across in defence on that occasion.
A bit of desperation about this afternoon. Two playing four on the Super Rugby ladder. Two very attacking sides.
Chiefs twice inside the Reds, 22 so far in the game. Twice they've come up with the error. Guinea feeds, and off the back is Schatz. John O'Lance upended, 6 out, back into the end goal, and up away. Clears to touch, not convincing.
Nice defensive scrum from the Reds. The Chiefs try to put a big hit on there, but well controlled.
Deep to Retallick. This game has been played at a cracking pace. 12 gone here at Waikato Stadium, 7-0. The Reds in front. As the home side tries to get their drive on here. Big Ben Tamiafuna up front. He turns now, and now comes back to add his considerable bulk to proceedings. Schatz has worked his way through to the back. Pulu. Allowed to run. Cut down, 8 short. Dive pass from the floor. Way to Cruden, inside ball. Chance for Fitzgerald. He drops cold. Make that error 3. Inside the Reds' red zone.
You got advantage.
Cooper, plenty of time, and he will clear to touch. So the pressure mounting on the Reds, but the Chiefs, their own worst enemies.
Well, the big key for the Chiefs early in the competition is maintaining possession at the attacking end. And here's another example. Good play from Cruden. But you'll find it's James Hansen, the hooker there, coming in with a good hit. And Fitzgerald trying to release the ball, the 50-50 ball, which he had to near the line. but the execution not good, and that's probably going to come through with handling errors here already. Quite a few from both sides. We're only been going 13 minutes.
Yes, but Matt Cooper, just because it hasn't worked so far and they've made the odd handling error, doesn't mean it's wrong. Just need to have the patience to continue running the lines that they are, attacking how they have been, and then those passes will start to stick.
You wonder right now, do the Reds chance their arm? Have a think about running.
Straight on the mark again,
Well, they probably will. Look at Kahui. You've got Nano Williams right back. They're a type of side that could do. But I'm with you, Carmo. I think these two teams, they are going to drop a bit of ball, and people might criticise them for the handling errors. But they're both teams that like having a go, and that's why they're successful.
Touch. Sit.
Kenya feeds again. Scrum is steady, but they will be penalised. Holmes the man. Conceding at the red scrum.
Right in front of Steve Walsh there, and his interpretation coming in on the angle, and a chance for Gareth ANSCOMBE to bring up 100 points for Super Rugby. There's that side there. Good hit from Tamiafuna, and then dropping early there and on the angle.
Kicks away. ANSCOMBE's happy. That's 100 for the season, 200 career. And the Chiefs get their first points of the afternoon.
Well, he has come, hasn't he, as the second first five, and correct, Scotty, he's been welcomed down in Chiefs country, and he's certainly earning, it's been a good return on investment so far.
Cooper, again, down the middle. And again taken in and taken down as Cruden. Pulu. Sitting back was ANSCOMBE. Carbon copy of the opening kick of the game, except for the result. Cooper. This time he kicks. And ANSCOMBE in the backfield for the Chiefs. Inside the 22, but only just. Cruden under pressure, gets a late shot from Cooper. Davies. To the line and through, Davies. Happy just to pepper the Chiefs down the short side. It's a hallmark of Guinea's game. Schatz takes a run and he's stripped by Kahui. Aki falls on the ball. Fitzgerald tidies up and will come back for a knock. One thing the Chiefs should be happy about, Matthew, is when we look at the ruck and good stats and the offensive line for the Chiefs, they're making the gain line 95% of the time. That's a high stat in that department, so they can make meters.
Absolutely. Here's the infringement here. I think it's the pull out from Kahui when he knocked the ball on there, and they deemed it a knock on.
Touch. Sit.
Smith on slipper. Kenya faked once. Oh! Up away, got hammered. Gill picks up. Ball still with the Reds.
It's a ball, Will.
And a maul is called by Steve Walsh. Ball has to come back now for Kenya. Does so. He's under pressure from Fitzgerald.
Great play, Fitzgerald.
Chiefs march over the top, and Elliott flings it wide to ANSCOMBE. Standing up at first five. He kicks for the corner. And what a kick, ANSCOMBE.
Well, you need inspiration and you need big defence. And it helps when you get a player like Kahui who comes back. He's had 4 shoulder operations. Have a look at this. No respect. Bang. There's a big hit, and that just inspires your team. And that just makes the opposition think twice.
Oh, didn't he know about it too?
Good body technique, wasn't it? Right leg up, right shoulder there, driving together. The 3 missed tackles so far from the Chiefs have all been scrags by the forwards.
What did they put in Kahui's shoulders the last time they fixed it? Another turnover. Gill this time gets in the way. Play on was the call. And now Steve Walsh tries to sort this mess out.
Oh, he's given it to the Reds. He's now changed his mind. Ed Quirk spilled it in defence. And now he got it right. Good communication with his touchies. Have a look at the defence here. Ed Quirk, a little bit upright. Very low on the defence there. I think it was Aki.
Yes.
Bundy Aki, the midfielder.
Touch. Sit.
4th on the tackle list this season. Labuskachny from the Cheetahs leads that list. Cruden turns it in for Kahui. And Jono Lance onto him. Was Lance defending in that 10 channel. Cooper dropping back. Genia both in sweeping roles here as the Chiefs try to apply the blowtorch. Elliott shrugs off two. Now, Kane offloaded to Retallick. Pick and drive play from Liam Messon. Over the top came Horwell, who flopped over the ball. Lucky to get away with that play. Cruden back for Kahu. Ball spills out the back. And Elliott again, the man who started it all. Short side is Pulu. Got rid of one, taken down, 10 out from the line, the Chiefs. Tanido let him. Pulu now looking for an open side play. Cruden wide, Nano Williams, one pass ought to do it. Might not need it, inside ball! Brilliant Bundyaki!
Beautiful Chiefs rugby. At its best, Arki's the end result, but it was another team try from the Chiefs. They got in behind. They showed them how patient they can be. They talked about maintaining possession in the red zone. This time they did. There's a great break from the hooker. Hicker Elliott got in behind them. And you'll find Pulu got in behind them as well. But there's Cruden, the master, just controlling things nicely. A good incision from Gareth ANSCOMBE. Got on the outside of Tapawai. And Arki over. Gareth ANSCOMBE.
Latest in a long line of Chiefs players who talk to themselves before the kick. And this one hits the bar, bounces back, bounces over.
It's just the team aspect of that try, which has just epitomised the side over the last couple of years, and particularly last year when they had their success, but just their patience, the use of the ball, the width of the ball, running for holes, and always somebody in support.
Bundyaki, Ian Jones came into this Chiefs squad with big shoes to fill, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah, great counties, the Manukau influence in the back line here this afternoon too. We're going to get a chance in the halftime break to talk to Bundyaki.
Wade Cooper had to go back a long way. Plenty of time from his own 22, and he finds touch from Tami Afuna. Thought about taking a quick line-out throw. Cruden. Big Ben, Tami Afuna. You're not getting much change out of a $1.45 there, are you? If the Chiefs ever released the Russian doll, he'd be on the outside of it.
No, but let's be fair to the man. It's just the skin folds.
I don't know how he moves it around the track. Impressive. Cooper now stationed in midfield, just outside his 22, so won't be able to find touch on the full. Picks out Gareth ANSCOMBE. Cruden there. Sides on the high ball. Sekoto Tuma coming through. Genia always brave in that situation. Davies now will look to change direction. Caught on his own 10-metre line. Genia there quickly. Cooper again. And that's a good kick from Quade Cooper.
Get up there, get up there!
Get the Chiefs pinned in their own 22.
Nice play, Quade Cooper, and controlled by Genia. That's the key combination, isn't it? Schatz at number 8, Genia and Cooper. And that was just nice control there. He looked over there, looked at ANSCOMBE, had a quick, you could just see there from the 5'8", and gives them a good opportunity to contest the Chiefs line out.
Hicker Elliott's. And this one does not go to hand, and Steve Welsh will be forced to blow it up.
You want the scrum?
Hicker Elliott just making sure that stat doesn't go against him.
Yeah, the knock-on has come up here. There's Fitzgerald, yep, going forward off number 4. And here is a golden opportunity. Now, they've always been traditionally, Carmo, a bit of a set-piece team. They like having a crack from set-piece. This is a beautiful position for them.
Yeah, they've worked themselves well in here. Firstly with Cooper kick and testing the line out. We've been practicing this move actually in their warm-up.
Crouch!
Tapawai into the midfield set.
Touch!
Shipley just hanging in behind. Wade Cooper, penalty advantage.
Here's Cooper, takes it to the line. Big busting run from Tapuai. And Horwell there. Gee, he's been good since he come back from injury. James Horwell, the skipper, and will come back for that penalty. One of the great attributes of this Reds team, Matthew, is when you think about Ewan McKenzie as a coach, their ability to change styles based on who they're playing. We've seen them kick plenty, we've seen them not kick at all. We've seen them take it into contact this season or avoid rucks and mauls. They seem to have a game plan for every team. That's what makes them so hard to play against.
But I think it's their attacking mindset, which is what I like about the Reds. They're such a positive play, and I've had that for the last 3 or 4 years. Here's a great opportunity off Horwell.
Horwell sets, Chiefs just defend, and numbers now arrive. It's a big red wall, and it's working its way towards the Chiefs line. Horwell drifting away from the ball. Still in the back, Liam Gill pushing forward. Schatz has it. Schatz from Schatz scores! Perfectly executed line-out drive, Ian Jones. Talk us through it.
There was 11-man ruck in the end from the line-out drives that the Chiefs just didn't stop at source. The source being the contestable line-out. They just decided to stay on the ground, and then they decided to let the Reds get themselves set. There's so many numbers around the ball. Physically impossible to stop this driving maul from the Reds. More numbers, more patience, always going to get it over. So for Brodie Retallick and co, it's a rethink of their strategy, be more aggressive at the start. Need to sack it, bring it onto the ground, turn it into a maul.
Good crowd here tonight or this afternoon, Waikato Stadium.
Cowbell's ringing for Quade Cooper, and he has slotted 2 more. Cooper takes his season tally to 72, and the Reds now 14-10 in front.
Good game this, isn't it? We talked a lot about this one, the first of 4 this evening. Super Rugby, isn't it? Super Saturday. Some big games tonight.
Oh.
And this is the cracker.
Blues Hurricanes, Warriors taking on the Raiders in the NRL. The Masters live. It's all happening. There's a weekend for divorce. This is it. Cooper inside the 22. Chances the arm and finds Slipper. Now playing. Plenty of half breaks so far from this Reds team. Simmons is having a good season. Robbie Simmons, good friend of Mikey Harris, former North Harbour man, and now Wallaby, who is back home in Brisbane recovering from a broken thumb. Not able to travel. Wishing the best for his recovery as Cruden now takes it to the line again. Kahui, left foot chip through. Cruden over the top. Took on O'Toole, can't catch it. That would have been special.
He made the decision, didn't need to go for it. There's the nice little chip through there from Richard Kahui. Good soccer skills there from Cruden. And made the decision, probably had to because it was heading towards the touchline. And if it just a little bit out there. And yeah, good opportunity to play from the Chiefs. Just shows you again how dangerous they can be.
Well, the eyes lit up. The try was beckoning. Here we go. Let's go. It was that close. The crowd really getting involved in this game, Matt. Enjoying the 4:35 kickoff. All the club rugby is finished now. They're all here. The crowd's filling up. It's looking good.
Crouch. Touch. Sit.
Big hit coming in from the Chiefs. Front rows pop up. Steve Walsh's arm points in the direction of the home side. Big scrum.
And a big statement too from the Chiefs. I was just thinking that the Red scrum's going okay. It's going very well in that first half an hour. But gee, if ever they needed a statement, and they're going to go for the poles, go for the post with Gareth ANSCOMBE. But that Camo is exactly what they needed, just to get into big scrum right on the Reds goal line, and a lot of power in behind there.
Well, they really won the hit. That was the key to it. More aggressive on the engage. You can see Hickory Elliott, the reaction he's making. The front rows love it. And, we talked about his skin folds before. Big Ben Tamiafuna, big boost to fill with Ben Apiaki, who's been in such wonderful form, sitting on the sideline with a high ankle sprain, out for another 2 to 3 weeks at least. And the big man, though, when he puts on that Chiefs jersey, comes Superman.
This is where he's got to be, though, isn't he? He's got to be playing rugby, and the more that Benny Tamifuna plays, the better.
Oh, he's wonderful. ANSCOMBE, his toughest chance of the night. 5 in from touch, just outside the 22. And he'll hook that one. So he won't add to his tally here. Scoreline remains the same, 14-10. Yep, look at a guy like Ben Tamiafuna, and Ian Jones is exactly right. Every time he gets on the field for this Chiefs team, he delivers. Quade Cooper, who has found himself centre of attention again this week across in Australia, courtesy of an omission from the Wallabies 30-man squad. Some players just can't keep out of the headlines. And here's Cruden. Gary Owen again, Guinea, the receiver, and he takes it with aplomb. Chiefs try to affect the turnover, nothing doing for them. Here's Liam Gill now. Again, operating well down the short side, and Will Guinea pulling the strings. Now finds Cooper. A bit more space now for the outsides. Flying it with a no-look pass. Finds Tupaway. He's got Lance inside. Finds it. And he's taken just short of the 22. Ball knocked on there. Certainly looked that way. Steve Walsh says play on, and the Chiefs get themselves involved. Good turnover from them. Sikoto Tuma. Cruden. Looking for touch. This one will bounce. Shipley. Kenya goes high. Shipley to chase. Hickory Elliott takes it down. Gets the offload away. And here's Pulu. Chiefs wanting to kick away too much possession. This time ANSCOMBE does exactly that. Cooper lets it bounce inside the 22. Clever play. And he buys himself plenty of time for the return.
Very even, isn't it, this tonight, these two teams. That was a good play. Cooper's playing well. He's had a good first half an hour, Quade Cooper. Just controlling things nicely, just doing all he has to do. He's not trying to do too much. And here he is, he's smart, just let it go. Didn't want to touch it, so he could have the ability to kick the ball out on the full. Smart play from Cooper.
Taken in by Rotella. And Horwell making an absolute pest of himself.
Away. Well, he can't go backwards right inside the channel of the Chiefs. He's got to go to either side and try to use his authority as captain that he was okay.
Well, if you get away with it. So Cruden clears to touch. 35 gone here at Waikato Stadium. It didn't go exactly to plan that line out. Horwell, well, he had rights to stand up and play at the ball, but the fact is he didn't play at the ball. Pulu slapped down by Schatz over the touchline. Steve Walsh says play on.
Just throwing a bit high at the moment, Matty, at the line-out time. That's the third lost line-out by the Chiefs, all contested by the Reds, of course. When the ball's this high, then Simmons and Co can slap it.
Again, it's a messy line-out. Schatz doing the clean-up job. Guinea from the box. Touched and flight is the call from the Reds. And the assistant referee, Sheldon Faiteri, agrees.
Always been a bit of a contention. One element of Picker Elliott's game is his throwing in. And that just puts a bit of pressure on. This is a very good defensive. And Karma, you're more of a professional or expert on this one here, but it's a very good defensive Reds line out.
Simmons, he's been the go-to for the Reds this year. 20 line-out takes for him this season. And the ball is there for Kenya. Fine step away. Cooper wrapping around. The ball will bounce into the hands of Shipley. And Cruden hangs on. Caught on the 10-metre line. The Reds now having to fight for this ball. They win it back. A short pass. They won't make the gain line on this occasion, though Slipper gets up and has a second helping. Not for the first time in his life, I bet.
7, stay up! No.
And the Chiefs pile forward this time. They'll be penalised. Kane is the man.
Too far past. Left the 9.
So I just think he's basically saying he's gone a bit too far there, referee Walsh, as the kick is not out.
Back in field for ANSCOMBE. So the Reds unable to make the Chiefs pay, and now the line-out will form inside their own half. That's a great clearance from ANSCOMBE.
And it's a coach killer too for Ewan McKenzie. You've just got to put those out, Quade Cooper. You've got the penalty. You've got a very good driving line-out. And now they're back on their own 10-metre line.
Gill, crowd not happy. And that is why.
I sense the Reds, Karma, just creating a bit of frustration on the Chiefs. They just can't get their game going. Their defence has been excellent. They're right in on the Chiefs all the time, and they just can't get that game going. They're doing a lot more kicking the Chiefs than normal. Yeah. Well, you could almost argue that leave with the front of the hand where he tapped it to go forward. This time he said play on.
Why is the scrum forming over here then? If that was the Guinean knock on.
No, it wasn't. It was a further one on. Yeah.
Glad you're here, Matthew.
I've got your back.
Crouch.
Gee, there's some ink out there.
Sit.
Big scrum from the Reds, and the Chiefs scrum is self-destructed. Finally ripped away by Kane. Amorphous pile-up is what we're left with, and Retallick came away. Pick and drive is the go-to at the moment for the Chiefs as they try to gain some dominance over a Reds pack that has fought well in this first half. Short ball from Latimer to Elliott. Some better drive this time. Cruden to the line, inside ball for Kahui. Kahui still going. Kahui is on fire. Inside the 22 and then dropped cold by the skipper. Well, the Chiefs have made some mistakes in the red zone today.
Well, they are, and it's probably been one of the issues for the Chiefs so far in Super Rugby 213. They are playing, they're a team that's high risk, high reward, and this is a great side, isn't it? Since he's come back, this is what Kahui's doing all the time. Very strong, very powerful. And the captain probably just looking at outside, thinking ahead a little bit instead of actually the first act was to actually take the ball. He knows that. He's a good enough footballer.
This man. Now you look at these teams, Matthew, both have made errors inside their opposition 22 today. 3 errors from the Reds inside the Chiefs 22, 4 errors from the Chiefs inside the Reds 22. These are the moments. Kenya had some good time to get his kick away. Half-time hooter sounds here at Waikato Stadium. But Tim Nana-Williams says, give me one more go. Taken down, first by Lance, finished by Fainga. Pulu feeding it away. Kane over the halfway line. The Chiefs will try here. Pulu with a short ball. Came off the back of Picker Elliott's hand and finally a knock on. Steve Walsh finally blows for half-time. And it's the Reds in front, 14-10. So Aaron Croonan gets us underway, the 2012 champs against the 2011 champs. The Chiefs looking for their first win over the Reds since 2009. And the Reds with a 4-point advantage as Cooper looks to clear from 5 out. And he will find touch easily. ANSCOMBE can't collect for the quick throw.
I think also too, Scotty, is probably a word of patience is required as well. I think the Chiefs are very good at the breaking through, so are the Reds, but both sides just need to show a bit more patience, I think, with the ball, and maybe, which is not, it's against their whole philosophy, they just need to slow down a little bit. Good take there from Fitzgerald, pull her away without a boot.
Slipper takes him, ironically. Tanito Latimer thought about flicking it up and then decided to take the pick and go on his own. And Messam had Big Ben Tamiafuna on his shoulder. Up to the 10-metre line inside the Reds' half. The Chiefs have started with an accurate series of phase plays. He says as he puts the kiss of doom on them. They get the penalty though. Steve Walsh running out of patience with the Reds' defence.
Couple of things there. Reds just hanging around. Chiefs, you need to blow them away. You need to get in behind them. Good tackle again there, though. Good, solid defence that time there from Slipper. Geez, they're playing well, aren't they? They're really physical. Now, there's just too many guys hanging around in terms of the Chiefs. Just got to start doing a bit more harder work around that. Just doing a bit more work around the ruck and the ball. Here is an opportunity now to close it within 1 point, and it's just the start, I suppose, the Chiefs will be looking for.
Well, technically, Matt, you see the Reds defensively trying to chop them. So around the ankles, very low down to the ground, get them onto the ground. Then their fetchers, the gills of the world, can start to contest. If it becomes an arm wrestle, it takes them and their loose balls out of the mix.
ANSCOMBE, 2 from 3 for the afternoon for him, looking to get his side within 1 point. Pretty much out in front for ANSCOMBE. And the Terrace liked it. Flags are up, cowbells are ringing. 13 plays 14 at Waikato Stadium. I guess you have to also got to look at this Chiefs side. They love to transition into offence, and that sometimes means they don't commit numbers around the edge in the same way the Reds might.
Well, it's been successful for them, but they just probably, as Cooper restarts the game, it's been very successful for them, but teams are reading them now, so they just probably have to have plan B. At the moment, it's all out attack.
Archie goes to plan A, which is to run straight. Tikoro Tuma now at halfback. Quick hands too. Kane with a solid run. Outside the 22, passed back in. ANSCOMBE won't have the freedom of touch on the full. And in fact, will pick out Genia. Inside for Shipley. Cooper was one further out. Shipley decided to cut back against the flow of traffic. It may well have been turned over. In fact, it's the Chiefs
Stay up, please, gentlemen.
who were penalised by Walsh. Just 5 penalties in the first half, so we've started with a couple early in the second.
Sam Cane probably just needed a bit more assistance there. I think he did the first job well, the Chiefs' number 7. There he is there, and he's over the top there, although both players there off their feet.
Yeah, it might have been Toby Smith, actually, Matt.
Came in, but yep.
Man with that bandaged head.
But this is where the Reds are great. They can launch here from line-out time. Big opportunity. Haven't seen too much out wide from them, and here's a good change here down the blind side.
So the line-up works for the Reds again inside the 22. They're toying with the touch, but under control. Liam Gill reaches in, picks up, drives on. Brings it up again, and Genia now steps into the fray. Big clean out from Tamiafuna. They march over the top, the 2 Hawke's Bay boys. Perhaps one former.
I want you entering here.
And Walsh again penalised.
Came in on the angle, so technically right, and here they go. They've decided, Horwell's decided we want a line out. It was a big clean out. He's just on the angle. So he's coming in on the side there. You can't do that. And as I say, now great opportunity. This is what the Reds love doing. They've scored a try through shots already. Here they go.
Better defensive work this time from the Chiefs, but they splinter away through Gill. The Reds 4 short of the line, looking for try number 3. picked up by Horwell. And he's put down by his opposite, Brody Rotella. Some fights to come between those two through the Test series this year. Schatz picks up. Already one for him today. Now the Chiefs fly in. Well, if that's not from the side, I don't know what is. 1 metre out from the line, the Reds. And again they come in, conceding the advantage this time as Quade Cooper cuts them apart.
Too much pressure and a lot of patience. They had the penalty because they're frustrating the Chiefs, aren't they, the Reds, in terms of that drive. You can't get them in the red zone. They're playing very good rugby. This time it's the number 10, and Quade Cooper goes off, sells the dummy, side Aaron Cruden, and straight under the bin. This will be a 7-pointer, and it's a deserved 7-pointer to the Reds.
Stops on a dime, doesn't he? Quade Cooper shows the ball, has in two hands, stops, pivots, but once again the Chiefs into this position here to give the Reds the opportunity through the lack of aggression at the line-out drive, allowing the Reds to stay on their feet, drive metres from the try line, and then build the momentum.
Well, discipline issues, isn't it, Carmo? That's their problem. It's discipline. You can't do that. You come in on the side, you know you're going to get pinged. And they were pinged correctly, and they were going to get pinged again.
Well, that try was all Tokoroa. Kahui giving away the penalty advantage. Cooper taking full advantage. He adds the extras as well. 21 plays 13. 6 gone in the second spell.
Yes, I do. I saw it.
Take the opportunity too to congratulate the New Zealand Breakers, who wrapped up their 3rd straight ANBL victory overnight in Perth. Blues Hurricanes after this one as Cruden gets us underway. The Rebels Kings to come as well. A big weekend of Super Rugby live here on Sky Sport. Here's Horwell ranging wide. Kenya this time. He kicks down Tikoro Tuma's throat. Back in field for ANSCOMBE. Messi. Quiet on the ball run today, Liam Messi. Pulu picks up, just makes a couple of metres. They're running at 93% on gain line. And Kahui breaks through. Chip over the top, chasing, and taken by Kenya. Oh, he's special. Taps and goes. Kenya now knows no one is home for the Chiefs, and he finds touch. In fact, he does not find touch, bounces back in field. Eyes are playing tricks on Messam up to the 10-metre line inside the Chiefs' half. Elliott to Pulu. Tell it, set play. Taken away, another intercept, another chance! Slipper, trips over, John O'Larch with a hack ahead. Who got there first?
Well, muted celebrations again, and
Have a look, mate. Let me know what happened, please.
they're going to go upstairs.
Checking footage for grounding. Yeah.
Chiefs have thrown away some ball today. The Reds straight onto it. Here's Lance on ANSCOMBE. ANSCOMBE was pretty confident he got his hands on the ball. Boy. And it will be ANSCOMBE.
I think it's ANSCOMBE, absolutely. Just
well, ANSCOMBE is the one with the wrist taped up. Quite clear indication there for the TMO, Ben Skeen.
Not far away, though. They're going to have another look. Get both hands there, the wrist.
Steve, yep. 22-metre restart. Thanks.
Absolutely. Just not what they really would be looking for, the unstructured play. It's been borne about by a very good red side, but they're putting the Chiefs under a lot of pressure.
Anscombe takes it down. 21-13 the score as we reach the 49-minute mark in this game. Cruden trying to find some space. Guinea. Kahui inside his own 22. And they'll look to break out here through Anscombe. He will go to the air. Reds have covered their backfield so well today, Matthew. And they will find touch.
It's very good structure, isn't it, at the back there? It's either Guinea or Cooper at the back. That time it was Jono Lance. But they're very well drilled here this evening. It's coming through a crowd of over 16,000 here at Waikato Stadium.
Messett takes it at the back. Pulu now trying to free up Nani Williams. There he is. Kick inside the 22. Too easy. Swallowed up by Shipley, and that play comes to naught.
A couple of times, isn't it? And Richard Kahui made another very good break. He had Aki on his right-hand side. He just needed to keep the game going. There's a couple of these kicks going inside the 22, which are easily diffused by the Reds here tonight. Another one not out from the Reds.
A couple of times tonight, Cooper missed one in the first half. Aki has it, of course, just from a free kick this time, so Shipley, maybe intentionally. Here's Horwell. And off the deck to Guinea, who reaches up as far as he can reach anyway. Here's Nani Williams. And they have subdued the running threat of Nani Williams today. Straight through the middle is the option, and again they lose the ball. They've got a case of the dropsies here, the Chiefs. Now the Reds swing onto attack. Tapua'i. And over the top came Rotella. Cooper. They stand off, and he got a short ball back in for Slipper. Guinea again. What a ball from Will Guinea. And Rock and Rod goes in for two. Wow. And Horwell's been throwing out kisses left, right and centre.
Absolute class, isn't he? Will Guinea, the world's premier, number 9. And just another example here. Beautiful flat pass. And Rock and Rod Davies, he's over for number 2. Welcome back, Rod.
Thanks, bud.
And just outside, Chiefs defence, Anscombe coming in, no right winger. And that's good play from the Reds.
Well, their 4th try of the day too, so bonus point in the bag. And suddenly the Chiefs' record at home in their last 3 contests has been completely shattered. Here's Cooper from outside the 22, conversion on. Cooper likes it. 28-13 here at Waikato Stadium. Remembering both teams coming off the bye. And leading into this one, teams coming off the bye, 4 wins, 4 losses so far this season. So interesting to see how both have reacted from their week off.
More changes, Carmo.
Yeah, just quickly, jersey 21, Chris Faiwi Saltier, he's going on there. Don Shipley is off.
Quirk. And Guinea picks up. Looking short again. Jono Lance. Gee, their leg drive's been spectacular today, the Chiefs. The Reds, should I say. Holmes. Trying to get some widths now through Cooper. And happy to play side to side. Fainga. Back from Horwell to Guinea to Cooper. Short ball this time. And Gill off the deck. Oh, the hands. Cooper slips one. Taken down in the 2nd. Good advantage line play from Quade Cooper. Slipper. Love the run. Captain sets up for Guinea again, and here's Slipper. Slips out the back through Guinea's hands. And the chase will affect the turnover play. And they needed it. Kane now. Out the back on a 2nd man option for Cruden. Anscombe had to pick up the scraps. wide. Osborne, straight through. Osborne, still going. One pass, out to Kahui. One-on-one, inside ball from Kahui. Cruden ran out of support for an instant and allowed the Reds time to regroup. They're 5 short of the line. Bulu takes on the big man, and Kevin Horwell and his opposite joined the party. Reds come through. Advantage playing for the Chiefs. Here's Big Fritz Lee. Crowd get into their work as well. 6 out from the line. The Reds are hanging on. Lee again.
Move forward. Throwing it down again. Advantage.
Bulu slips it up for Marshall. Comes away and will go back for the penalty. What a breakout play from Patrick Osborne.
Well, they needed it. They needed the spark, and it's come from the reserves, hasn't it? Patrick Osborne, beautiful run. God, he's quick, isn't he, too? He's got some speed. He did everything right. The only thing there would be probably Cruden, just still probably not as sharp as he normally is with that break there. He held back. Good defence, though. Outstanding defence from the Reds. And the Chiefs, it looks as though they're going for the points, Carmo.
Yep, they are, and there's a question mark too between the Steve Walsh talking to the Reds about repeated infringements, slowing it down. They will be on a yellow card for another infringement, I believe, inside the 22. But the impact of the bench, Hickory Elliott's off. Reece Marshall, you've already called him, Scotty, he's on there. Tanner Latimer, jersey 6, he's off too. And you called the play of Fritz Lee, the men making the impact. And Brendan Lennon will be the next chief that steps up. With Augustine Pulu off.
Well, you need excitement, don't you? You need people coming on. There's Brendan Leonard. He provides a lot of experience when he comes on now. Probably just what they need. Missing Tawera Kurbalo, another 3 weeks away apparently for the Chiefs. He's their in-form halfback and very strong and adds to their attack. But Leonard coming back on now with another quarter of the game to go. Important time.
They missed today the running meters too of a guy like Lilia Masanga. His line-breaking ability. Leads line breaks for the Chiefs. Masanga, he's out with a bad back, and that is dropped cold by Bundy Arki, which blots his copybook. Up until now, he's been good. So an error from him, and a pressure point too.
Just those little plays, isn't it? You want to get, I know it's an overused word, but yeah, that word momentum, you want to keep moving, and those little things there, he just eyes on the ball and just looked down, had a little look there, didn't he, at the oncoming Reds player. And a good opportunity again to launch for the Reds. Just to keep them away, 28-16, coming up to the hour mark for the great game here at Waikato Stadium.
Shot of Aaron Cruden. Get to take it to the line tonight, Cruden. Just happy to distribute.
Crouch.
Kick.
Touch. Sit.
Scrum goes down. We'll reset straight away. Scrums have been good in the main in this game so far. In fact, Walsh has done a good job all round with his assistants. A high-tempo game to control.
Absolutely. I think it's been well controlled by Steve Walsh and his assistants. Use of technology, use of the TMO. It's all working well so far this evening. The Reds will be just wanting to get this launch here. Rod Davies way over on the main grandstand side, waiting for his opportunity. Love to get a hat-trick.
Again, the front rows crumble, but Steve Walsh plays on. Inside ball this time from Cooper. Bringing Tapawai back into play inside the Chiefs' 22. And they will win the penalty. Odds on Cooper slotting this to extend back
I know you attempted, it wasn't clear
to
enough
15.
Yep.
Interesting chatting to Ewan McKenzie before the game as we just been Tamiafuna some attention, but just suggesting that in Super Rugby 14 points is not enough. It's not the lead you need in this game. You need more.
Especially with teams like the Chiefs and the Reds, they have the ability to change a game very, very quickly. Tamiafuna still over the back there getting attention as and that's exactly what the Chiefs didn't want, and an opportunity for Quade Cooper. He's kicked very well tonight. And he's played well too.
Cooper kicks again, 16 points from him for the afternoon. Well, people who talk about Cooper, now this man does everything for this team. He's kicked the most for the Reds this year, has the most kick meters for the Reds, the most try assists for the Reds, the most line break assists for the Reds, the most offloads for the Reds. His involvement in the game is crucial. Always amazes me how one coach can get so much out of a player and other coaches perhaps can't. Let's head down as we wait for the restart. Hickory Elliott on the sideline. Ian Jones joins him.
Yeah, thanks very much. Scotty Wahika subbed after 58 minutes. You're out there, mate. Give us a sense what's happening.
You know, we're just not sticking our passes. We're trying to push the game, and we're playing catch-up rugby at the moment. I think we just need to go back to some basics and play our game.
Reds contesting a lot of line-outs. How hard is that for you?
Yeah, it was pretty difficult out there at times. I think we can go back to the basics, like I said, really improve our set piece, and I think if we can get some front football, we can really push on.
You still believe?
Yeah, that's right, mate. We've still got a long time in the game to go, so hopefully we can pull it back.
Thanks for your time, champ. Cheers.
Great to hear from Hickory Elliott. Great to see Patrick Osborne taking his chance in this game inside the 22. Still 20 minutes to go. No wonder the Chiefs still have their belief in place. Cruden ramping around. Cruden takes half a gap, got the pass away. Out the back door, it's full. Steve Walsh having trouble being heard.
Good advantage.
Patrick Osborne, hasn't he hit the ground running? The outstanding play.
Mate, I'm calling that good advantage. You almost scored. But you may have fair point, but this is the way I've done it. Stay up, stay up. And let me trust you. If I go penalty for that sort of thing, they're gone, okay? So that's where they're at, just to let you know. This is just my interpretation of advantage. Also, go to the play. Yeah.
Scotty, while I was chatting to Hickory Elliott, wasn't that a pleasure here, seeing the breakout from Osborne, the impact of the bench. Matt Cooper's been brilliant. Talk us through this.
Oh, he's outstanding. I mean, he's just looking so quick. He's looking powerful. I'll come back to Liam Messam shortly, but here's the break there from Cruden. I'm not sure if that's the one he called, or is it that one there? One of those there, it's actually passed it behind there. It's the last one, or was that?
Something like that happens again.
But what happened with Messam? Messam is complaining well back on the other side where there was an infringement, a penalty, and he knew that that could have been a yellow card. So that's what he's going on about. And he's allowed advantage to go. So Messam's got a bit of a good, he's got an argument there.
While we're chatting to Hickory Elliott, front row, a big day for the Bay, big day for this family, and his man Michael Kainga is going on there replacing Ben Tamiafuna, whose day is done.
Great to see Mike Kainga. Great bloke. And he's into the mixer right here, staring down the barrel of a 15-point deficit. Force Crusaders coming up. Quarter to midnight tonight. Get into it. 3:05 a.m. Stormers Sharks. That'll be a ripper. And then the Bulls host the Cheetahs at 5:10. If you're up milking, turn on the tally. Don't milk a bull. Penalty goes the Reds' way. So some relief for them. Brendan Leonard looks ruefully at the referee, then at his teammates, and then clears his nose.
9 offside.
Still those 50 passes, I think, from the Chiefs. They've just got to show a bit more patience when they come through, because they are still getting in behind this very good Reds defensive side. Not too many teams do that, but they've just let that ball spill, haven't they? That's the frustration that Dave Rennie spoke about at half-time.
Kenya has been busier than a fiddler's elbow tonight, and now Liam Gill on another run. Deep for the kick. It's a high ball, and ANSCOMBE comes forward to accept the challenge. Davies can't get anything on him. Lance can. Still there for the Chiefs as they try to work some phases together, but the defensive line from the Reds is up quickly. It's Quirk and Schatz. Now a chance wider. Kane couldn't get the pass away. That's the halfway line. Bundyaki changes his mind, and Fritz Lee Picks off a couple more metres. Short ball to Kainga. Brendan Leonard complaining to the referee as the ball's shot out behind him. Keith looking to free the arm for the offload. Metre by metre stuff here for the Chiefs. Cruden with an inside ball. And Fitzgerald got his man at the same time. Leonard again, trying to spark something. Messon. Picked up, Tikurai Tuma. Tikurai Tuma got the offload away to Leonard. Slipper this time back, makes this tackle. Tikurai Tuma there again. Here's the captain, Messon.
Give me a number.
Messon gets one out of the way. Referee calling for numbers. Could be car trouble for the Reds as the Chiefs look for that elusive try. Here's Fitzgerald, just caught short. Ball's there for Kane. And the Reds are hanging on. Players flying it everywhere. Steve Walsh can see the ball. So can Brendan Leonard. And now they get the penalty. And now they'll get a card.
Yep, had to happen.
13. Way you go.
Fainger.
Off your feet, playing the ball, go.
The red centre, Anthony Fainger, I think it is. And they were desperate, weren't they, the Reds? And Steve Walsh had run out of patience.
It's a one-man overlap. Fainger in the bin for 10, and the Chiefs have taken full toll. Osborne with a second.
Well, good play, Chiefs. You've picked up the pace, you've picked up the momentum, and this guy deserves it. He's come on, he's hit the ground running. Patrick Osborne over. Tikurai Tuma was the man that got him behind. The Fijian winger, and Leonard's also had a good start, hasn't he, since he's come on to replace Bulu. Just hands, wasn't it? Simple hands, Kane, patience, Cruden, and out to Osborne, too quick. Fast man on slipper. It was always going to be Osborne's try in the corner, and that's a good reply there, Carmo.
Absolutely, we might want to start adding up the points that they score in this 10-minute spell that Anthony Fainger's off. That's 5, could be 7, because this whole ball game might hinge on the next 10 minutes. The Reds been so outstanding, but under so much pressure now.
80% for ANSCOMBE as he lines this one up. Crucial shot. Looks the goods. Gareth ANSCOMBE. Cool and calm and collected.
And that helps, doesn't it? Just those extra 2 points. We're in for a ripper, aren't we? This is a good game. Match number 50 in Super Rugby this year, and we've got a classic to hit the 50 mark. Osborne going over here. He's been really influential. There's another man out there as well, and it was ANSCOMBE. So now it's about holding onto the ball. Now it's not making mistakes, because if you get in the red zone with the Reds, look out.
Well, the Reds are starting to slip off tackles. They need to man up on a Chiefs side now that has a one-man advantage. Here's Kane. And Gill over the top of him. Just got a foot on the ball. So illegal play from Gill, and then the knock-on from the Reds. Chiefs still with the advantage. Picked up by Rotella. Good ball from him. Across to Croswell. Takes 2 to put Big Nick down. Leonard. Box kick from Leonard. Knowing advantage of play, they'll have the penalty. And the benefit of touch on the foot.
And territory, and that's the important thing, is the throw-in and territory. Well, the ball's got to go out. But I like the Reds, don't they? They only send a couple of people into the ruck and ball. That's all they do. All day, they've only sent 2 or 3 people. Even here, there's only 1 or 2 there. And they've got such a great defensive line. And their body positions have been lower all night.
And Scott, immediate reaction to the sin binning of Fainger by the Chiefs coaching staff, getting Nick Croswell, you've called him already, out there. So it's about pace for this next 10-minute spell. 12 minutes to go in the match. Fitzgerald's off.
Well, they've got to get the ball in the hands of guys like Osborne. They've got to take full toll. It's Reds team. As we mentioned, slipping off tackles. Fritz Lee.
He's been good, Sumo. He's been good already.
Stung perhaps by his benching for this game. A point to prove from Fritz Lee. Here's Marshall. Again, a two-man tackle from the Reds. One over the top. Shat's unable to effect the turnover. Crosswell makes meters again. Leonard looking nippy at halfback. Short ball. Bundy Arkey. They read the play well. They've read Cruden well tonight. No doubt Cruden would have been a big talking point for this team and the coaching staff in the build-up to this match. Mike Klinga with a good ball. Finds Toby Smith. And they're working their way downfield, the Chiefs. Tigoro Tuma. Ball pops out the side, kicked ahead, and will come back for another penalty.
Be a little bit careful. They get closer and closer to the 22. They wouldn't want to be giving too many there, leaving the feet. But good play again from the Chiefs, just patient again. Backs and forwards, they're holding on to the ball. A little bit different from the story of the first half. Fritz Lee, good impact. Now they'll go for territory again. Reece Marshall, very good line-out thrower. Already we're seeing some accuracy around that angle since Marshall's come on.
Yes, and Matt, there's plenty of spare seats sideline here, so Steve Walsh can dish out as many as he likes.
Spoken like a true former Chiefs captain. Guinea can't believe it.
Quirks off, Scotty. Jersey 6 had a whale of a game too, been strong in the breakdowns you've been talking about. Jared Butler, Jersey 19's a replacement.
10 minutes to go, they've got to go over the Chiefs. 31-23. They need to score twice. But if they get 7 here, I'll tell you what, Ewan McKenzie won't be pleased with Fainga going off for 10 minutes.
Oh, he'll be uncomfortable. That's not straight.
After my build-up.
And the Reds now with a chance to attack. Big solid run from Butler. And Ian Jones just introduced. Kick from inside the 22, and perhaps not a great idea to kick to a team with a one-man advantage. Here's Osborne. Osborne! Plenty of space for Patrick Osborne, and he's taken down just 8 short of the line, and then the knock-on.
Whoa, how good's this Patrick Osborne? He's a bit sore now. He's very sore, but gee, isn't he been outstanding, Carmo?
Well, how big are the hands? This is a fully pumped size 6 footy ball. They're pretty big, as you know. He grasps it on the right mitt and sets off. Now, if the message from him going on at halftime was, take your opportunity, son, he's certainly done that.
I think he may have tweaked the knee here. He's a bit sore.
He fell awkwardly in this tackle.
Beautiful,
great swerve.
Beautiful running play.
Must be like looking in a mirror, Coops.
Scrum time for the Reds. That's the first thing they just need to get out of this area.
Well, the scrum collapses, and of course this won't please the Chiefs because the clock keeps ticking. 8.5 remaining here at Waikato Stadium.
Well, Fainga's their key too, Scotty. He's their linchpin on defence, and he's been very good. He's been very good tonight in the midfield, and they lose a bit of structure when he's not out there.
Well, it's a hard plan now because you've already dropped Cooper back into the backfield on defence. And losing a guy like Fainga, it's a combination with Tapawai this year, and has been very good.
9.
Guinea now feeds the scrum, and a good solid scrum too from the Reds. Messi out of the boot though.
No.
Great scrum.
They will get the relieving penalty.
Stay off them.
Great scrum,
Stay
Reds.
off them. Get her out of it.
A lot of ticker coming out of the boys up front.
Hey, listen. The problem is, you can't play the halfback or the scrum while the ball's in there, okay? Get him off the scrum, get him off the halfback. We all know when it's out. It's before that's the problem.
And there it is against Brendan Leonard, who was slightly overzealous in the attention he was paying to his opposite. As we see here. Pretty soft, really. Pretty soft, really. Mistake. at line-out time from the Reds. And Steve Walsh, knowing the urgency, blows straight away.
Well, they're a team with strike moves. They're not afraid to attack from set piece. Can't do much until here is the knock on. Just going forward there. The timing not right there with James Hansen.
Unfortunate happening here, Matt. Patrick Osborne, jersey 22. Quite right. I think it's his right knee he might have tweaked, is off. Andrew Horrell, jersey 21, is on. And with 6.5 minutes to go, the scrum may well be the game. Well, score within the next 2 minutes. 1 point behind, they're right there.
Tell you what, that was some 30 minutes from Patrick Osborne.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Horrell's a good footballer. He's outstanding. He'll go into fullback. It looks as though, and ANSCOMBE goes on the right wing.
He's running a coma, Andrew Horrell. That's old school.
Crouch!
We know what he can do, Andrew Horrell. He's a versatile player.
Use the ball. Stay tight. Stay tight.
Wonderful scenes of him in last year's final, covered in blood, holding up the trophy. Here's ANSCOMBE, finds Kahui, who has been a little quiet in the second half. I'm sure for his liking. Strength from Bundyaki. And Fritzley. Counties combo. Leonard. Spied half a gap, but that's all it was. Needed a full one. Better stuff from the Chiefs. They rumble up. Here's Toby Smith. Inside the 22. They must know that now is the time. Running to the line is Cruden. Dragged down from behind by Butler. Tikoro Tuma is there to pick up. And he's put down. Rotella tries to get up ahead of steam. Leonard pops it back out to Arki. Now the crowd get into it. 4 out from the line. And they lose their ball. Again, the Chiefs, the Reds, with a chance to seal the deal. Dave kicks ahead. Cover coming across. Tapuai, in fact, the man. Makes his tackle. Kahui was back in defence. Tikoro Tuma now, he's dragged down. The Yawai Saltia, the man who made the tackle, and they win the penalty. That is a big turnaround play from the Reds.
Well, it could be a match-winning play, this one. The kick still to come, which will count off a few more minutes. And there's the ball there. Great attack from the Chiefs. Well summed up by Guinea and Tapuai. Just a nice little kick through, and all the Reds are coming now on Kahui, so the momentum's all there. You've got to stay up on your feet. You can't go to the deck. And this is where Tikoro Tuma, slightly isolated, good defence from Cooper.
Yep.
And players off their feet.
Time's still ticking.
Good play, Guinea. He's back, and that's a good sign for Australian rugby.
Well, hats off to the pressure that the Reds can exert at the breakdown. It's an area that the Chiefs target, and they want to be a menace, and they want to put big numbers there. But fair play, the Reds have outplayed them there, no question. And because of that, they've spilt the ball numerous times in the attacking zone. The Chiefs, Cooper here, taking as much time as he's allowed. Just to silence things. Silence the crowd. Scotty, that's got to 16,428, all enjoying this mid-afternoon rugby.
Can't quite silence the cowbells, though. Nothing is strong enough to silence cowbells. Wayne Cooper, it's been a statement game for him. Can't convert. Chiefs, still a chance. 3 minutes remaining in the game. Matthew Cooper's on his feet.
Oh, big chance, actually. I mean, in terms of the possession and what they can do with the ball, they've got to go across the line twice. And I don't know if that's a help.
The trick play from the 22 restart. They'll turn this ball over. Red swarming on it. Somehow, it's stuck there, and Jake Schatz's ankles. Here goes Cruden now. Cruden ghosting on the outside, throws the ball up to Rotella. Somehow, Big Brody got himself there. They play, flicks back to the right-hand side. Kahui now. Midfield set from him. Left again, trying to stretch this Reds defence. They have numbers. Fritzley, again, Retallick finds himself the recipient. Over the ball, the Reds have pilfered this off the Chiefs. Charge down play, it's still all go. Tikoro Tuma picks up. Now he drops the ball. Call has come from the assistant referee. Steve Walsh says play on.
Advantage over.
Reds operated under advantage from a Chiefs knock on. Now Cooper looking for open spaces. Quade Cooper. Every time the Chiefs have looked like getting back into this match, they have been defused. Another chance. Horrell. Good ball. Inside. Messam sets. Again it goes loose. Cooper picks it up. Cooper. Hip toss to the deck. Bundy Arcade getting amongst it. Well, it's a popular move when you pick on Quade Cooper in New Zealand, but he will point to the scoreboard.
Well, he will. He's going to have the last laugh, and that's frustration coming out in the inexperienced Bundy Arcade.
Talk to me first. You want to speak to me, Ben?
Exactly what Sheldon's looking at.
Okay, we'll talk to Sheldon then maybe if you listen in.
Just got 12 black around the neck.
Okay, on the red.
On the red page.
10.
Just here, yes.
Okay.
Red 10.
Right, we'll just, is that what you're talking about, Ben?
Absolutely, we'll bring
it
the
up on the big
for you.
screen, mate.
Yep, we'll bring the footage up.
It's high and it's around the neck, and Steve Walsh is going to have a look at this. It's frustration more than anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Happy with that, Steve?
Yeah, I'll just penalise him.
And happy with that subsequent as well, Steve?
Yep.
Well, it's an uncharacteristic play
from
Bundy Arcade, and it's the result of an 80-minute effort that just has not gone this team's way.
Reckless tackle.
The whole incident's reckless, and it deserves a penalty. And this will count them down now to another very good Reds victory. They were here in 2010. They won 23-18.
Guys, shot.
And they were here again in 2011 and won 19-11. They like Waikato Stadium.
They're only human. What's not to like?
If we bring the tee on...
So Quade Cooper will take the final play of the game. When you look around this Reds team, Ian Jones, and think about players who have performed, but it's been 1 to 15, really.
Well, it has. I mean, it's just been an outstanding performance. The defence has been outstanding. They're very low, a lot lower, I think, tonight than the Chiefs normally are. But it's their defence. They don't throw everyone into the ruck and the maul. And that loose forward trio of Shat, Liam Gill and Eddie Quirk have been outstanding.
Ewan McKenzie will stretch this record now, 14-4 against New Zealand franchises since taking the head coach job at the Reds. May find himself on the shortlist for an international job rather soon, one would think. Perhaps in a green jersey. Cooper did everything but go over. Chiefs will run it out, looking for one last salvation here.
And a bonus point.
The bonus point on offer for the Chiefs. They're 8 shy at the moment. They need at least a drop goal to get themselves an LBP, and they won't do it like that. Caught on their own in goal. Kahui now smashed behind the line. That transfer looked forward. Kane caught over the dead ball, over the end goal, and the Reds wrap it up. What a performance from the Queenslanders. Gill, he's chuffed, so is Lance. Hansen there too. This has been a woe to go, remarkable performance from a Red side that had put a game plan in place and executed it to perfection.